Well, good morning. It's the 2nd of June, and welcome to another daily devotional. This morning, in my time with Jesus, I was in Deuteronomy chapter 7. And in chapter 7, Moses is speaking to the people, telling them that they are a chosen people. This is what it says from verse 17, whenever he's talking about dispossessing the people who are in the land as they go into the promised land. He says, "If you say in your heart, these nations are greater than I, how can I dispossess them? Well, you shall not be afraid of them. You shall remember what the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and to all Egypt, the great trials that your eyes saw, the signs, the wonders, the mighty hand, and the outstretched arm by which the Lord your God brought you out. So will the Lord your God do to all the peoples of whom you are afraid. Moreover, the Lord your God will send hornets among them until those who are left and hide themselves from you are destroyed. You shall not be in dread of them. For the Lord your God is in your midst, a great and awesome God. The Lord your God will clear away those nations before you little by little. You may not make an end of them at once, lest the wild beasts grow too numerous for you." And so Moses is telling the people, listen, don't be afraid whenever you go to dispossess the land. And he says the same to us, don't be afraid whenever you go to take ground. Two things to remember. First of all, we need to remember all that God has done. We can look back at our lives and we can give testimony. And what testimony is seeing how the Lord has helped us overcome a test. But that's also a prophetic word into our current situation, because if God did it then, he can do it now. And so whenever the Bible tells us that they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, what they were doing was they were declaring all that God had done for them. Whenever we move forward as churches to take land, to take ground from the enemy, to bring people into the kingdom, we mustn't be afraid or overwhelmed. We mustn't be thinking, oh, we're small, what can we do? We must be thinking, God is massive. Look at what he can do. Because the promise is that God is in the midst. And that's the second thing Moses wants to remind the people. God is in our midst, and he is a great and awesome God. If God is for us, well then, who can be against us? And he works powerfully on behalf of his people. But there's a thing about advancement here. Moses says this, you're going to take the ground little by little. And the reason for that is if you took it all at once, you wouldn't have the capacity to deal with all the land and you'd be overrun by the wild beasts. Sometimes we worry because we're not making great advancements. But it's the little by little, it's the step by step. Because actually, whenever that doesn't happen, whenever we don't make great advancements, it's because it would overwhelm us. It's because the wild beasts would be too numerous. Because actually, the other people are stewarding our possession until we take hold of it. That's what was the case for the people of Israel. These other tribes, these other groups that were going to be dispossessed, they were actually stewarding the land until Israel was able to take possession of it. So today, whatever you're planning or whatever you're wanting to see ground taken for, or what you want to see ground taken in, you gotta trust that God is in the midst. And he is great and he is awesome. Don't despise the little steps forward, because God is allowing others to steward what he's given to you until the right time. Have a great day, folks.